Hey guys, how's it going? Nate here, coming at you with the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross Beginner's Guide. In today's video, we're going to be talking about units that you want to summon for, units that you want to save for that are coming out, AFK farming, demon raids, subunits such as their additional stats and super attacks, gear and gear setups / gear stones, and costumes as well, and what costumes exactly do. So let's get started off and go to the summons tab. We're going to go to draw. So this is the banner that's out right now. You have a couple banners. So this banner here, it's blue tickets you get from missions. The gold and S. So this is a mixture ticket. This is an SR and SSR ticket mixed. When you have 5 of them, you can do a multi-summon. When you have 1 of them, you can do a single. So what this banner is you get these tickets from daily logins or missions, or they give you them in the gifts box, or you can basically buy them with real money in the in-game shop. What I like to do is just like to get them from the daily logins, but you get 5 of them, or 1 or 5 of them, and once you get 5 of them or 1 of them, you can do a single or a multi, and you can get a SR unit or an SSR unit, and there's a lot of great units on this banner. Same thing here. This is another one here. So you'll have Green King, Green Helbram, Green Elaine, Green Elizabeth. This is kind of like this is a demon, fairy, and goddess banner. This is a human, giant, and unknown banner. So you're going to have units like Gil Thunder, Gother, Deanne. Sorry, I almost said Diane. Deanne. And others as well. Then you got guaranteed SSR tickets, which you get 1 guaranteed SSR ticket every 7 days from daily login, which is really nice. So you get a guaranteed SSR of any sort, any kind. It's random of which one you get. If you have 5 of those SSR tickets, you can do a multi-summon. But the main banner you summon on, and that the game forces you to summon on when you do the tutorial, is the Draw Heroes banner. Ignore the rates. Who gives a shit about the rates? No one cares about the rates. Because this game's all about fun. It's so free to play. Everyone should just not care about the rates. It's really, really free to play and good. But the units you want to aim for on this banner, I'll list the one off that you're seeing right here. This is the main boy. You want to go for him. It is Green Meliodas. What makes him so special is his counter ability. Every time you choose this card, he sets up a counter. So when a unit does a basic attack against him, he will counter that attack. And when his ability is, for example here, inflicting damage equal to 250% of HP diminished from max HP via counter. Now with his other ability that he has on his card, I'll show you here. I'll go into my character list. Mine's UARD right now. When you have it unlocked, increases the critical chance, which is insane, by the ratio of the hero's diminished HP when using a skill. Another great unit to go for is this Green Elizabeth. This Green Elizabeth, or HP is what they call the green in this game, has a basic attack. It's just basic. It's powerful. It removes buffs, though, when it's silver, and cancels buffs and stances, which is great when it's gold. So it's kind of like a debuff attack. She heals your team stupidly good. Bronze is 200%, 240%, and removes debuffs for her silver, 400% and removes debuffs for her gold. It's really an insane unit. Her healing ultimate attack, 420% attack HP restored, and fills the ultimate gauge of all your units by 2 orbs. That's ridiculous. 2 orbs. That's crazy. And when she's paired up with King, Fat King, it's 480% instead of 420. Now, for ultimate moves, the ultimate moves have a level. Right now, it's level 1 out of 6 for hers. But when you get dupes of her, whether it be from the coin shop or these banners, whatever you get it from, you can put it into the level gauge here, and it's a maximum of level 6. It always is starting out at level 1, but you can increase it all the way up to level 6 over time. And it increases the power of the ultimate move. The power of it. So see how here it says 420, but if I bring it to level 2, it goes up to 462. The more power, the higher the level the ultimate attack is, the more powerful it will be, which is really good. Affinity. Let's talk about affinity really quick, which is right here. So affinity is what you use to increase. Think of it like friendship level of the unit, right? When you get to max friendship, you'll get 1 gem, and you'll get also a outfit as well. Some units give outfits, some units give basically like a hat or something like that, like a cosmetic. Others will give weapons. It varies on the unit. To increase their friendship, it's simple. You can use these Vanya ales that you get, these beverages that you get from the tavern. You can use foods. You can use these affinity increase elixirs. These things are so incredibly rare and so difficult to come by that it is really not worth using them because of how rare they are. Or you can use Bond and you can make food at the tavern and use the food. And it says when you make the food, it says what character they're good for. Like this character here, this food here, I'm sorry. This food here, the veggie salad, says gift Elizabeth affinity plus 100, which means when I select it, it'll give her 100 friendship points or 100 affinity. And so when I do that, I can reset it. So let's say you choose an item, right? Like let's say you don't want to use this, but you accidentally tap it and you're like, oh shoot, I don't want to do that. Undo. You can reset it by hitting the little reload reset button right there. And that's max affinity. But let's get back to talking about who you want to summon for. So we already got Green Elizabeth, HP Elizabeth. We already got HP Meliodas. I'm sorry, I was drawing a blank. HP Meliodas. Race. Race is another huge factor. So you'll see units like Green King who will have or Blue King, excuse me, who will have an ability that basically increases the damage output. Just throwing out an example. I don't remember it exactly, but I'm just making it up here because I think this is what it is. It's like a 20%, 10%, 20% damage increase to anyone in the fairy kingdom, the fairy race. So how you find out who's in a fairy race or a demon race or a human race or an unknown race is you just go into the characters' information. You see right here, it says race right underneath their attribute. And you go to demon for Meliodas. Meliodas is a demon, so he'll be under the demon race. So if someone's like, oh, you can't use a demon in this raid because they take more damage, or if you use a demon in this raid, they deal more damage, or if you have a demon on your team, it gives them a 10, 20, 40, however many percent, or, boost to their stats or whatever. So that is the race, that's the attributes. Let's talk about Awakening. Awakening is, think of it like a potential system, right? It requires different items. The higher the potential, the higher the awakening, the more items you need and different items you need. You can change the hero by clicking change hero here. Really simple, easy to choose and switch between. Or you can just do this, click the little arrows, and it will change it. It requires, the higher the potential, the more gold it requires. As you can see, it goes from like 120 and it can reach all the way up to 400,000. But each one gives different stats. HP plus 2,800, 3% crit defense, blah, 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 attack, defense, crit chance, HP, resistance, lifesteal, etc., 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 yada, yada, yada. So that is what the Awakening is. Limit Break, self-explanatory. It's what you get your units from R to SR to SSR to UR to level 65 to level 70, 75, 80, so on and so forth. It's what you use to awaken your unit. To get to level 65, though, you need red demon horns, a 6-star Grimoire of HP, basically a green book, and then you need 3 evolution pendants, SSR pendants. SR units, though, will require you to use other stuff also. But for units, getting back to what units are great, because I know I got totally sidetracked. Green SR Gilthunder, because of his card called Lightning Power, which when it's bronze, it's 30%, silver is 40%, his gold is 60%. It increases every single person on your team. Increases attack of allies by 60% for 3 turns. That's a lot of attack. That's a huge attack boost. Really, really attack. So combine that with, let's say, Meliodas' enhanced Hellblaze at a gold version of it, 600% already. That's 660%. That's almost 700. That's going to deal a lot of damage. So he's really one you want to use. Now, I don't have this guy, but Blue Slater. Blue Slater is great for red demons. When Red Merlin comes out as a banner, in the coin shop, whatever, this is global, I don't know, it's different from what JP did. He is going to come in clutch. What you use is Red Merlin's freeze ability, and her freeze ability increases the attack stat, and so what you use after that is you use Slater's attacks, and he just annihilates the red demon. It's not even funny. It's not even a fair fight at that point. You can solo it. You can auto mode it. Well, don't auto mode it, but you could solo it if you wanted to. Another unit to aim for in this game is Red Arthur. Red Arthur is a boss of a unit. He's really good. He gets a different attack when Merlin comes out. Increases the basic stats of one ally by 20% for 2 turns. Increases the basic stats of all allies by 20% for 2 turns. Gold. Removes debuffs from all allies. Increases basic stats by 30% and grants debuff immunity for 3 turns. So it says increases the basic stats by 20% for all allies here for a silver card. But remember, bronze card is 1 ally, silver and gold is all allies. But his silver card, though, says increase the basic stats of all allies. Basic stats are attack, defense, I believe it's critical chance, and I think it's debuff immunity or removes debuff or something like that. I can't remember what the 4th one is, but he gives you 4 stats. But the ones I know off the top of my head is like HP, defense, attack, defense, and crit chance by 20%, which is really good, which means he's going to be helping your units tank. He's going to help your units deal more damage. So what you could do is you could pair him up on a team. The team would be insane. It'd be stupidly funny. A stupid fun team. It'd be a troll team almost. You would use your green SR Gilthunder, your green Meliodas, and then you'd use Red Arthur, and you'd just be an attack boost, like monstrosity of a team. You would have a tankiness unit, such as Arthur, who would be able to tank attacks by giving your other units the ability to tank with a defense increase. And then green SR Gilthunder, who will just mop the floor with his attack boost. You have Blue King. Blue King as well. He is a good unit to have. He's free. You get him right off the bat. Well, during the campaign, you get him. Not right off the bat, but you get him later in the campaign when you come across King. You unlock him. He's put in your inventory for free. He's a phenomenal unit. Use him all across the board. I used him all the time in my JP version and in global as well. He gets you through the game big time because of his, entire thing. His first attacks will petrify the enemy, which means that basically it incapacitates the target. Effect is removed when target is attacked, though. But his gold will petrify the enemy for 2 turns. So it basically prevents the opponent from attacking their turn. So think of it like skips a turn, force the opponent to skip a turn. He heals as well. So he'll remove debuffs, and he'll also heal for 30% or 50%, depending on the star level of your attack. His super attack is an AoE, which is great. Pair him up with the support of Deanne, and you've got a great attack boost. Both attacks are AoEs. Both deal a lot of damage also. That's pretty much it for him. Another one you could go for is the Red Bond, which I believe is this one right here. Yes, this is him. This Red Bond is insane. He is stupidly insane. His attack, Brandisher Stick, basically inflicts weak point damage equal to 275% of attack on one enemy at its gold level, which is 3 times damage against debuffed enemies. So what you want to do is you want to throw him on the team with, let's say, I don't know, a unit that can debuff him. I can't even think of one right now. I probably said one, but I can't think of one. And he's going to deal 3 times the amount against debuffed enemies. That is stupid good. Then you also have the mana drain, which inflicts damage equal to 400% of attack on one enemy, decreased skill ranks, then depletes the ultimate move gauge by the number of skill rank decreases. So that one's pretty good. Then you got his super attack, which is Fox Hunt. Fox Hunt is awesome. It's one of the best super attacks in the game, actually, because it extorts 50% attack and defense for 2 turns, which means it decreases the target's stats of their attack and defense by 50% for 2 turns. And it increases your own stats. So it steals their stats and applies them to your bond. And it's just, it's a really, really good unit. So if you have this red bond, bravo, use him on your team. You are him as quick as you can, and you're all set. That's about it for units you really want to get. You really, really want to acquire. Right now, that's what you really want to focus on. So there are also units that are going to be coming out that you want to save for as well. And that is Red Merlin, or excuse me, the one that's supposedly coming out next is Red Gother. So when Red Gother is on your team and he uses his star card, his ability card, it increases the star level of your allies' cards by 1 star. And it can also increase your, I think it's like attack by like 20, 30% or something like that when it's his gold. So if you think about it, if you have a silver Meliodas card, right, on your team, and you're like, oh, I have a silver Gother, so I'm going to use the silver Gother card. It's going to increase the star level of all the cards that you have in your hand by 1 additional star, which is really, really good, really useful. So the Red Gother, this is, in case you don't know who Gother is exactly, this is Gother here, but he's red, not blue. He's strength, not speed. He's coming out on a banner. Summon for him, get him, save your gems for him. He's an insane unit, comes in clutch so much in the game. Even in raids, he comes in clutch in so much. Another unit you want to save for is Red Merlin. She freezes the unit, and every time she freezes a unit, it's a petrification unit. It's to where she'll freeze the unit, it'll cause the unit to skip their turn. But if you have it as a silver freeze or a gold freeze, it'll increase the damage that unit takes by a certain amount. So what you want to do on that side is, for red demons, for example, you want to bring either Arthur, Gother, or Gilthunder to increase the freeze of Merlin, to increase the damage that Slater will output to that demon, or the King will output to that demon, and it'll just be nasty. It'll just be game over at that point. Another one that you want to look out for is Red Demon Meliodas. He comes out way later, though. He's coming out with Blue Galland. Blue Galland is great. He causes bleed to all your enemies, so they take damage over time. He also forces enemies to attack you. And if your opponent has, let's say, Gother on their team, and they use Gother's ability card to where he increases the star level of all your other units, he'll turn to stone. He freezes Gother and prevents that from happening again. So it's really, really good. Yeah, he deals a lot of damage. Galland is insane. He's one of my favorite units. As for Red or Strength Demon Meliodas, he causes burn, and burn comes in clutch on Crimson Demons and all across the board also, because the more burns an opponent has on them, the more damage they take. Every burn increases the damage they take by 10%. A Crimson Demon had at one point, I think it was like, 9 burns on him with me and my friend using them. So if you think about it, that's 90% damage increased taken, which is a lot of damage. So those are units you really want to look out for and obtain. Green Bond, when he comes out, he's okay. He's not one you really have to aim for, but he's okay. He's a decent unit. And then there's Escanor. Escanor comes out, but he's going to come out like way later on, so I'm not even going to mention how powerful that dude is. Now let's talk about AFK farming. AFK farming is simple, really easy. So you're going to click on Battle, and you're going to go to Special Dungeon. And then what you're going to choose is you're going to go over to whatever options you have here. So for AFK farming, what that is you take your stamina. You have stamina pots, or you have gems, or you'll have just your stamina in general. And what you do is you just go into an event. Let's say blue books, because selling books is pretty much the fastest way to get gold in this game, besides acquiring chests, which you sell to acquire gold from as well. But chests are pretty tricky to come by. It takes a while to acquire them. They're common to come by, but the SSR ones and the UR ones, which are what gives you the most money, don't really drop that much right now. But later on in the game, once you join a guild and everyone logs in the guild, you'll get UR chests every single day, and you'll get a gem every single day on the guilds. So farming books is really simple. So for AFK farming, you just click the event you want, choose the team you want to go with. You hit down here where it shows the pot and the sword. Or I'm sorry, the dummy and the sword. You click on it, it's auto repeats now on. If you click on the gear that's next to it, it says no restrictions, count, stamina recovery potions. So I'm going to hit count, and no restrictions, it'll show like infinite amount of things, attribute dungeon keys used if you have enough of them, or infinite amount of stamina used. But, you know, or you can do count, and you can choose how many times you want it to auto repeat the event. And let's say 25 times, it'll require 250 stamina for 25 times. It'll require 300 stamina for 30 times. And then if you run out of stamina, let's say, you can hit the box saying stamina recovery potion, and it'll check that, and it'll automatically reuse stamina potions to continuously run the event. However, I don't want to do that, so I'm going to uncheck that and hit OK. And that's about it. Then you just run the event. If you do homework, great time to AFK farm. If you're going to bed, great time to AFK farm. If you're at work, great time to AFK farm. It's just a great time to AFK farm. Whatever you're doing, AFK farm. Whatever you're making dinner, making lunch, eating breakfast, AFK farm. AFK farm 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't know, I'm just joking about that. Demon raids. Let's talk about demon raids. Demon raids are fun yet simple. So what you have to do is you have to go to boss battle, which is, for example, Melee of Phantasms. But there's an easier way to see where you can do this. So we're going to go into the swords. We're going to go into battle, which is right above chapter, the little globe with the magnifying glass. You're going to do battle. You're going to go into boss. And as you can see here, every chapter you unlock and every time you unlock the boss battle stages, you can go to them automatically. So I already did the boss battle Melee of Phantasms, so I'm going to go to Fortress of Outlaws boss battle. I'm going to go here. And of course, the higher the chapter, the more powerful they're going to be, so on and so forth. So we are going to choose Deathmatch Rate. We're going to choose Normal. And what you do is you just defeat the event, and where it shows the 0% here, every time you beat the event, that percentage will increase. It'll increase over time. And what that means is that right now there's a 0% chance a demon will show up for me to fight. Once I beat the event, it'll increase, let's say, just by 5%, right? It varies on the difficulty. It varies every time. So I'm just throwing out a random number, okay? 5%, right? That means a 5% increase for a demon to show up. Let's say you're unlucky and it gets all the way up to 75% deathmatch rate. That means there's a 75% chance the demon will show up the next time you do the event. It's easy as that. You just fight the demon. There's 3 demons in the JP version right now that I know of that you use to level up your units. And that is the red demon, the gray demon, and the crimson demon. The red demon gives you horns. the gray demon gives you wings, and the crimson demon gives you ears. So let's talk about subunits, such as additional stats and super attacks. Basically, in other words, this unit here, this subunit, like this bond, it says the subcategory is the same, main, sub, and then we'll also talk about the little support dudes that are down here. So your subunit is who's on your bench. So right now, when I start the event, I'm going to have green Elizabeth, green Meliodas, and blue King out on the field attacking the enemies. If one of them dies, red Bond is going to jump in and be like, yo fam, I got your guys' back. We got this. Let's go. I'm ready to fight. The subunit is what jumps into the fight when one of your units dies. Now these units down here, as you can see, there's this glowing thing here. You have a little clamp on green Elizabeth, and then you have a clamp with 2 swords on green Meliodas and blue King. So what happens is that, I'm just going to use Meliodas for an example, is what unit, depending on what unit you put down there in the little support box, is what will give boosts. So like different units will give boosts. So like this Deanne right here will increase the associated hero's basic stats by 5%, increase basic stats by 1% per ultimate move level. Also, special association effect gives defense plus 240. Now, Meliodas, what those swords and clamps mean together is that your super attack is going to be the additional one. It's going to be the more powerful one. It means it's the support super attack, the combined attack. So right now, Meliodas, as you can see here in his skill info, it shows 2 ultimate attacks. You have the 1000 divine cuts right here. And then you also have the combined attack, metal crash. When you have a unit as your support unit, it means that there's a combination attack ready when it has the clamp and the 2 swords. When it doesn't have the swords, but it just has the clamps, that means it just gives it more ability, more stat boost than what a normal unit would give, than just what a unit that doesn't have that will give. Now, what I noticed on JP is how do you get the stats way higher? Because as you can see here, if I click this, if I want to put, green, if I want to put blue Gother as the support for green Meliodas, it shows his stats are going to go down. But yet, if I choose like Bond, it shows his stats are going to go up. So what does it mean by that? Well, it takes a couple things into factor. The ally, if the support unit, if it has the combination effect, if it also has the super attack of level increased, drastically, like up to level 6. Level 6 super attack units, if you put them as supports, which mainly you'll get from like SR units or R units, will increase the stats of your units when they're support insanely, drastically. Like on JP, my Green Gill Thunder is I think it's level 75 right now, and his SA level is 6. And he boosts my Gallon's attack stat, defense stat, and HP stat insanely. Insanely. Probably about by, I don't know, 3,000-4,000 points, maybe. I don't remember. I didn't do the math. Like it's something stupidly insane. Maybe 1,000. I don't remember exactly. But that's about it for that. That's what that does. So it's pretty simple to understand. Now you'll see up here Adventure, Deathmatch, PvP. Deathmatch is what you do for the raid. So what's nice, what they did is they separate it. Adventure, you have a couple different teams here. 5 different teams you can build for your adventure, which is basically side quests, main campaign, so on and so forth. Deathmatch is demon fights. As you can see, red demon deathmatch. Then you'll have another one here, which will be gray demon deathmatch, and then once they come out, crimson demon deathmatch as well. And you can set the individual teams for each one. So that way, when you go into the raid, it won't be like, oh, you need, this is your team that you chose for adventure, so you have to change it up to be able to beat the demon raid. So luckily, thankfully what they did is they made it individual tabs for the team building. PvP, you have your normal team, And then you have your friendly match team, which you would bring into like friendly matches with friends. This is what you would bring to your main PvP, to where you do geared or non-geared. Geared PvP is where all the whales tend to go and hang out. Don't know why. Mainly because it gives points slowly to unlock clothing and stuff like that, and weapons and gear, costumes, stuff like that for your units. But that's where all the whales go out. Like if I was to go in there right now, I would get slaughtered completely because of how insane the whales are on that side of PvP. What I like to do is gearless PvP, non-geared PvP. That's where it's at, because it resets every week. But what I mean by reset, I mean it gives you the rewards every week. It doesn't shoot you all the way back down to level 1. You can literally be in PvP, and let's say you're in the gold section, right? Or me and JP, I was in the master level in PvP. I'll go show you here, actually. Let me go do that instead of me just blabbering on. So normal is gearless. Weekly reward. You have all these. I was under master. I think I was master rank 4. No, I was a master rank 1, actually, because I was getting 50 gems a week and 44 equipment chests. Those are 44 equipment chests that you open. They give that. It's crazy. Fight history, 1-0 out of 0 right now because I haven't done it yet. Win rate, 0%. Resets in 4 days and 1 hour. These are all the different ones. No matter what rank you are, as long as you do PvP and PvP resets, it gives you the gems and the equipment chest and the gear chest. What's awesome is that all you have to do is the PvP. You can do it once daily. Or you can grind the living heck out of it and do that. But just FYI, the stamina for PvP is different than the stamina you have for like the campaign, the normal stamina. You only have normally 5 out of 5. So it's 5 tickets basically. But using gems, you can acquire 3 additional tickets. Not really worth it, considering there's not, unlike Dragon Ball Legends, for example, or other PvP-based games, to where it's like, oh, I climbed the rank to like level 1000. Now I'm out of stamina, but once my stamina is refilled, so many people passed me. I'm now at rank 2000, and I lost all these reward options. So it's not like that. They went super fair for the PvP. They did a very good job. It made it to where you can have fun in PvP, but gearless is the way you want to go, because gearless means that the gear on your units are not taken into factor. They don't affect your units. Basically, they're useless. The stats aren't increased. Percentages aren't increased. As you can see here, my team CC is 58,947. That is for PvP. But if I were to go to Elite, which I would actually have to hit Gold Tier 5 on non-geared PvP, it would put it into effect, and I would go in there and I'd get destroyed, because for whatever reason, there's going to be someone with like already 70, 80,000 power level, team CC, or maybe more. I remember on JP, I went in there with, I think it was like 80,000 CC, and I went up against someone who had 140,000 on them. And I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna lose. So I got destroyed. Though, just heed my advice on that. You can bring food, though. Food for non-geared can be applied to it. Each food does have a different factor. You can buy food from towns, or you can make food at the tavern. Keep in mind, though, you do have to purchase the ingredients from towns or farm up the ingredients from events to create food. Let's see. The tasks over here, you'll see the different colors. You'll see purple, you'll see blue, you'll see green, and you'll see yellow. Yellow is main story. Green is daily. Purple is, well, it pertains to a character. In this case, it shows Gother. And then steady effort, easy, is a side mission that I do for town. So that's a side mission. So that's what those mean. Really simple, really easy to color coordinate. All you got to do is actually, to get there quickly for the event, you just click on it. You can hit go now, right? And you'll run, leave the area. And then it brings you to where that event is. Really cool, right? Where you have to go. And so then all you do is you fight, and you're like, okay, cool. Easy as that. I beat it, done. Awesome. Gear setup stuff. So let's talk about gear, though, for your units. Because this is important. Because units are good, but they're darn good when they have equipment on them. And the equipment you want to use on the left side is SSR equipment, and on the right side is R equipment. Not common, not uncommon, not SR, SSR, and R. Just get rid of uncommons and commons and SRs, but keep that like this. Now, as you can see, all my equipment is listed down below, and I have a lot of different ones, both uncommon, common, rares, and SSR. Early game, hold on to them. Late game, just do what I do. And basically keep it kind of like this, to where it's on the left side, you'll have all SSR, while on the right side, you'll have all R. Because R is what you use, what is going to be cheapest, but yet give the most stat-wise for your supports. Because when you level up an equipment, for example, let's check out this this onslaught ring, which is an attack ring. Basically, it gives me an attack stat increase of 187, and with bonuses, I now have 4.2% attack increase alongside of it as well, which I can see here by clicking the magnifying glass what bonuses I can acquire from increasing this unit. So yeah, pretty much easy as that. Equipment, what you want to do is you want to go here. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go to the tavern, because they require gems. Gems and gold, that's what they require. So how do you get gems? Gems are easy to get to increase the stat and awaken equipment. So you go over here to Deanne, click on the sword. It's all broken up. And you can just go and choose up to 12, as you can see here, different pieces of equipment. And you just hit salvage. She does a little thing. You can skip it. And you get a random assortment of gems from it. As you saw, they were just commons and pretty much some uncommons, so they didn't give me any blue gems or anything like that. But those you don't really need right now at the moment. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Now costumes, on the other hand, costumes give stat bonuses as well. So like right here, if you were to purchase, let's say, Hunter Slaters, right? For, oh geez, $40. Oh, heck no, fam. No way. No way, 40. What kind of highway robbery is this? No. These are ones that they'll come out with, they're bonus ones. But you also have the ones in the store here, the shop, that pertain to different characters, such as like Fat King, Meliodas, Demon Meliodas, Hawk, and Elizabeth. I mean, all the units in the game, they'll have different equipment. Weapons will give attack boost, critical boost, and I think critical chance boost as well. Outfits give HP. I think they give HP. Let me double check on that. You can see right now. They give defense, they give resistance, and they give crit resistance as well. But they can give other stats as well. It varies from outfit to outfit, weapon to weapon, and cosmetic to cosmetic. Cosmetics give the defense, the HP, the recovery rate, and the regeneration rate. They're more in the lines for like the HP option. Outfits are more the defensive, weapons are more offensive. Events, right now, it's only Honor and Scars Holy Knight set 1. Holy Knight set 2 is probably going to be Jericho, was it Gilla, and maybe Gil Thunder also. Gil Thunder, or, you know, I don't know, others as well. But anyway, that's what that is. That's what costumes are for. You can equip them by going to your heroes, and let's just say, well, let's say Green King, right? Blue King, right? Let's go Closet, which is where you go to. And let's say I want to equip this, right? I just select it, hit change, and boom, done. Easy as that. Now keep in mind, you can only have 5 outfits equipped at a time, 5 weapons equipped at a time, and 5 cosmetics equipped at the time. Cool thing is, is the equipped, or the ones that are hanging up at least on the clothes, on the line hanger thing here. The stats will stack onto your unit. So it's not like, oh, I'll only get this stat boost of defense resistance, crit resistance if I wear this, but I won't get this crit defense increase as well. It's like, no, it increases it all. It'll show you down here. Crit resistance, 6%, 4%, 4%, yada, 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 yada. So, easy as that. And that is pretty much it, guys. Pretty much it. Hope this beginner guide was helpful. Let me know if you want to see anything else. Let me know if you have any questions down below in the comment section below. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And as always, stay frosty, my friends.